Hi, and welcome to Karen Figures. I'm your host, Caitlin, and today, Wednesday, it is actually Saturday, but two-man crew that ended up working all this week. So I haven't had time to hop on. We're doing this today. We're doing video. But this, of course, is all the new comics so Aquaman, the continuation of the War of Jokes and Riddles. So I gotta tell you, with the recent run of Batman covers, I've been preferring the main covers compared to the variants. So main covers, knocking it out. Next, I picked up Trinity, issue 12. So we're going to see the reintroduction to a couple different darker Justice League as characters with Deadman, Zatanna, and the whole gang there, Constantine. So, of course, we've seen Zatanna show up here and there, and we've seen Deadman in his own miniseries. So, seeing them interact with kind of cool. Next is Justice League, issue 27. Again, Justice League really isn't great right now. I'm really hoping that it'll pick up, at least in time for the movie. So we'll see. Fingers crossed. Next is Wonder Woman, issue 28. I'm still brokenhearted that Rucka is not writing Wonder Woman anymore. So I'm on the fence as to whether or not I'm going to be keeping her on my pull list or not. We'll see. We'll see. So next is Nightwing, issue 27. Nightwing with Huntress. Everybody knows I love Huntress. So it's pretty awesome. Not really a big fan of that cover, though. But, it is what it is. Next is Superman, issue 29. Started a brand new story arc. And I gotta tell you, Superman as a Yellow Lantern. Kind of an awesome cover. Pretty impressed with that cover. Next is Green Arrow, issue 29. And this is the continuation of Green Arrow basically teaming up with all of the various members of the Justice League. So it's pretty cool, this issue. He's meeting up with Batman. So it's pretty awesome. So this is probably one of the bigger books, if not tied for the biggest book that came out this week, in my opinion, anyway. And that's Dark Knight's Metal, issue 1. I'll be doing a separate review for this. I liked it. I'm liking what they're setting up with it. There's a lot going into it. If you're not really well versed in the DCU continuity and Vertigo, you're going to be a little bit lost. But you know what? Bear with it. I feel like it's going to be awesome. I feel like it's really going to pay out. So I ended up with 2 of the metallic covers. So that was kind of cool. And I also picked up the Batman character cover for it. Because it's like, hello, Batman riding on the back of a Tyrannosaurus Rex, which is actually like a raptor in the book. So I don't know why it's not a raptor, but whatever. Still a really cool cover. Oh, Mark's telling me to check the chat. Sorry, guys. I'm really bad at live streams. I'm not going to lie. Mark, you can always yell at me. You know that, right?
Yeah, you're fine.
Hi, Punisher Comics. I'll be checking out your video when it finally goes live. So next is Super Sons issue 7. I love Super Sons, which is so funny because I thought this book was going to be really, really stupid and cutesy when we first talked about it way back when during the whole like rebirth announcement. But I've actually really fallen in love with this team, especially this current arc that's going on right now. Loving the fact that Superboy is meeting the Teen Titans and dealing with that, which we got to see in the last issue. And, you know, amazing cover there. I'll probably be reviewing this for the channel as well. So moving on into my indies for the week. And the indie that I was the most excited about over everything, which is saying something because there was a new I Hate Fairyland out this week. And everyone knows I love I Hate Fairyland. And that's Spy Seal, issue 1 from Rich Tommaso. So I know there was a lot of controversy where shops weren't ordering a lot of Spy Seal, and Rich Tommaso even talked about this on his Facebook account, and a lot of news organizations were picking it up and, you know, kind of ragging on him. He's an amazing creator, and proof of that is one of the workers of my shop and a just random reader like myself, neither of which subscribed to it. We're both arguing over who would get the last copy of Spy Seal at my shop, which thankfully I already subscribed way in advance. So I read it. It's amazing. I will be posting a review of it. So next is Rockstars number 6. So I'm pretty sure this has been on hiatus for a while. I need to go back and reread some of the earlier from volume 1, but I just remember that it was a really strange mystery of these groupies dying surrounded by this whole rock culture and subculture. But it read really well from what I remember. It was just really weird, but it was really interesting. So I haven't read this yet, but I'm definitely looking forward to it. Also, I kind of like the cover. So next is Curse Words, issue 7. Again, Curse Words is the book that I go back and forth whether or not I actually want to keep it. And the reason is I love half of the writing in this book. I love Wizard and his whole point of view, his world, the way he's written is amazing. But I just feel like the way the villains in this book are written and portrayed is so lame. And they're just so poorly written compared to the rest of it. And it's kind of sad because the art is very in your face. It's very colorful. It's a lot of strong textures and angles. And I'm kind of disappointed when I go back and forth because, you know, you need a solid villain if you're going to have a good hero. So I'm always back and forth whether or not I'm actually going to keep it or not. So I've said it several times. I might take it off my pull box, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if this one actually sells me to keep it longer. So next is another Motor Girl. This is Motor Girl issue 8. So it's been a really, really strong read. It's all about dealing with PTSD and inner strengths and troubles there with your own mental health and physical health and wellness. And when you realize that the majority of what's going on is all trapped inside the main character's head, and then there are aliens, and the aliens actually happen to be real, which It's kind of strange to think that your best friend is imaginary, but the aliens, those are real. So I've really, really been loving what Terry Moore's been doing with this, and I'm definitely going to be keeping it on my pull box. So next, last but certainly not least with what's in my pull box is, I've already mentioned it, I Hate Fairyland. But this is a little bit different because instead of it being I hate Fairyland, it's I love Fairyland. So it's I love Fairyland issue 15, as you can see there. Instead of hate, she has crossed out hate and she writes love. So this is the very last issue in the 3rd volume, I believe, of I Hate Fairyland. And this is the end of the Good Girl arc. So yes, Gertrude is all cutesy and positive, and she's not even saying fluff about it. You'll get the reference if you've actually read the book before. But it ends in a way where you almost think she's going to actually make it out of Fairyland. But then something really crazy happens, and we're going to see where she's going in the next arc, which is actually hell. And the very last page, you get to see a reemergence of another character who killed Gertrude many, many issues ago, which, you know, Gertrude, she's been brought back to life several times, you know. So I had to get the cutesy cover, which I normally only get the expletive covers, the Fuck Fairyland covers. So this is the fluff Fairyland cover. So she's crossed out fuck, and it's fluff. Because if you've actually read one of these, you know that they don't curse. They're very cutesy. It's fluff. It's mother fluffer, things like that. But just an amazing read from Scotty Young. Definitely something I always have to read whenever I get my hands on it. And yes, I did read this on my lunch break Wednesday because, you know, putting in the hours lately. And last but certainly not least, this is something that I ordered months ago when I originally saw it in a previous catalog, and everyone in my shop was like, I don't even know what the hell this is. And the release date for it kept getting pushed around, and I'm like, oh, it's going to be the beginning of this month. Oh no, it's coming next week. Or it just kept being up in the air, and I was really, really freaked out about it, thinking I was never actually going to be able to get my hands on it. And that is this beautiful beast. And this is the box for my 112 Collective Arsenal. So I will be doing a review of this coming up on the channel. I'll be unboxing it and just showing you how beautiful he truly is. So yes, Roy Harper is going to be added on to my Red Hood and the Outlaws shelf up here. I'm not really sure if you can, you probably can't see it, but I have a pretty extensive collection of Red Hood and the Outlaws from the New 52 on. Huge fan of it ever since the beginning of the New 52. And, you know, we all know everyone loves the current arc because it's amazing. So let's see in the chat. Who's there? Have I read 7 to Eternity? I checked out the first few issues, but I need to pick up the first trade. I believe that's out, right? Yes, it's a Mezco. It is a Mezco Toys, and it's the previews exclusive. So it comes in the 10 and everything.
You can open it if you want.
No, there's like a ton of little pieces in there, and I'm really concerned about just accidentally dropping them everywhere.
Well, then show them the back.
Okay. Fine. So this is what my arsenal looks like. You know, never mind the fact that my hand is shaking. Sorry, I've been working on tile all day today. As you recall, we are currently working on renovating the house. So it happens. So anything anyone wants to ask me before the end of it? Anything anyone wants reviews of for any of these particular books? Anything you feel like I left out that I should run back to my local shop to pick up? Speak now or forever hold your peace, guys. I'm sorry, I keep looking down because I'm looking at the chat on my phone. So I know. Bad eye contact, Caitlin. Do better, Caitlin. It was like a minute, Mark. I did not leave you at the comic shop that long.
It was long enough, Caitlin.
I remembered my arsenal.
It was still long enough.
They were going to adopt him. We're really, really close with a lot of the workers at our favorite shop. And when I walked back in and said, hey, I lost my Mark. Have you found him? They said, oh, shucks. And we were going to adopt him. Okay. Anything you think we should add before we... Anything you think we should add, bud?
No, I think we're good.
All right. So as always, guys, I'm trying to wrap this up quick just because I don't want to step on anyone who normally does live streams on Saturdays like Rebel, or I know the Great Legend has his live auction tonight. So I really don't want to have any kind of interference with those. Both amazing streams. What?
Rick Whitehouse, eventually we will. Eventually we'll have a bookshelf tour.
Yes. Yes, we're working on it. If you would like, tell me, and tonight I can actually shoot a little video of at least the shelves behind me. We're currently working on shelves on the other side behind the camera and quite a bit in here. So that's going to take a little bit of time, but I can actually do the full casings behind me if you'd prefer that for just right now. And if you'd like, I can do a little bit of a tour of some of our weapons collections. So some of like our Stark weapons and our Lord of the Rings stuff and things like that. Some of our batarangs, stuff like that we really love. So if you're interested in that at all, tell me and I can work on getting a video out to you this weekend. I'm saying it on a live stream, so you know it's going to happen. I'm held accountable now.
So the 20th?
Okay. Yeah, I can get it out tomorrow. All right, I'm saying it right now. It'll be out tomorrow. All right, Rick Whitehouse, I'm promising it right now. At least this bookcasing tour right behind me will happen tomorrow. It'll be posted tomorrow. So anything else before we wrap it up? Anything you wanted to add?
Yeah.
Okay. So as always, guys, give me a like if you like this video. I know it's shorter, but like I said, I'm really trying not to step on any of the other bigger streams out there right now. Really love Rebel and I really love Legend, so I don't want to have any issues with either of them. Also, I like to participate in both of their streams whenever possible. Below and tell me whether or not you'd like reviews of any of these things. I am going to be reviewing at least a couple of these books and the Arsenal figure. Yes, I will be having a casing video come up tomorrow. I've already promised that. At least that much. Subscribe to my channel for more comic book content or check out any of the older videos I have up for offer here on Cat Run Figures. And until next time, I'm your host, Caitlin. Bye.